Hello, my peeps. It's the Ruckus back at you again with another action figure review. This time it is a dual channel review. As you can see, this on my primary channel, the Ruckus, or the secondary channel, GI Reviews with the Ruckus. Go give that some love. It's a fledgling channel. Recently started, not many subscribers at all. Yeah, need that to grow too. I started that channel, or this channel if that's where you're watching it from, because I've noticed that it's a very niche community, the GI Joe community, and on my primary channel here, I don't get anywhere near as many views as I get with, like, say, Marvel Legends. Not that I'm getting crazy views with that either. Hint, hint. But yeah, I'm trying to navigate and see what's the what. So yeah, if you could do me that solid, go check me out over there. Anyhow. Oh, yeah, and there will be a link to it in the description below to that channel. And, of course, if you're watching it on that channel, there'll be a link to the Ruckus. Either way, do me that solid. And since we're doing housekeeping right now, I need you guys to like the video, especially because that will definitely push out the algorithm, and it'll my videos will show up more and in people's recommendations, and they may give me a peep, and things can grow from there. And then, of course, subscribe if you're so inclined to do so, if you like what you see and hear. Anyway, enough of that. I know those of you that have rocked with me, you already know I don't push it that much. And I know I probably should. If I've done it more, I may have gotten more results. Understand that. Anyway, enough of that. I've already spent over 2 minutes on some hard sell. Let's talk about what we're here for today. This is, as I stated, a classified review, G.I. Joe Classified Series. This is the Cobra Valkyries, a Hasbro Pulse exclusive. Yes, indeed. In fact, Pulse is coming out with a few exclusives of the 2-pack variety, and a bunch of product from Hasbro has been dropping like flies lately. So everybody's bank accounts, wallets, pocketbooks, and purses are being hammered right now. Hopefully, all of us can survive the onslaught, and the aftermath is we get the figures that we love so much. Anyway, like I said, we've got the Cobra Valkyries 2-pack. It's the Trooper and Officer. You can see that we're talking females here. On the front, we have this nice package. And I'll tell you another thing real quick, since I'm already looks like I'm going to go long with this video, because there are some things that just need to be said. Out of all the windowless packaging, G.I. Joe Classified Series is by far the best. And I loathe to admit it, but I'm going to hate when this style of packaging goes away. They can go away for all the other brands, Marvel Legends, Black Series, whatever. But this is great. You get the 3D renders of the figures in a scene all the time. Look at the scene we've got here. They look like they're in some sort of castle, dungeon, whatever. Or the front of a castle with the gate rising, and there's a cat in the background. You've got artwork to our immediate right, and above that in the diagonal, we've got the loadout, and in this case, it is an extensive one. You gotta love this packaging. So yeah, I'm going to miss this going away. I don't know how they'd be able to incorporate windowed packaging where we can see the figures and still get this style of packaging. I don't think it can be done. I actually think that anything like a Hasbro Pulse exclusive should still stick with this style of packaging, because the main reason for having window packaging is to be able to see and inspect figures before purchasing. Hasbro Pulse, you can't do that anyway. An Amazon exclusive, you can't do that anyway. Walmart, You could possibly do it if they ever showed up in the brick and mortars. The same thing with Target. They do show up in the Target one, so I guess they would have to play the window packaging game. But online store exclusives, we can keep this right here because I'm loving it. It'd be inconsistent, I know, so there's that dilemma too. Anyway, enough about that, me spouting my opinion on that. Let's continue on. The top of the packaging has got the Classified Series logo. One side, we've got, this is number 68 in the line, and we see some more artwork there and some kind of QR code on the other side. I'm going to have to, well, that wasn't good. I'm keeping that in, and I'll just fix it later. My backdrop just dropped out. On the other side, you see the 68 and more artwork of the trooper and officer. On the back, we have the sketches of the officer and the trooper and their extensive loadout. We see the height of these figures. They're coming in at 5.9 inches, so they're appropriately shorter because they are female. And like I said, the loadout is extensive. We get weapons, we get interchangeable helmets, backpacks, and blast effects. You've got to love that. We're going to take a look at the loadout. Keep in mind, everything is duplicate with the exception of the headgear and, of course, the one head sculpt, which is a face mask head sculpt. We'll see that when we get back there. Anyway, this is how it goes down. We'll show them. You see that they both come in different colors. One is black. That's supposed to be for the trooper, and this sandy color is supposed to be for the officer. Of course, if it's yours, you can classify them, designate them as you see fit. And you see they've got the pegs in the back. I've got them upside down. You've got two pegs on the side, which will be used to help transport your weapons. We'll see if our trooper and our officer is self-contained and can carry all of their gear on their person, self-storage, so to speak. So yeah, that's what we have there. Going down, just going to keep going up. Next we have magazines for the weapons. You see how small they are. I'm going to put them in hand and try to get a little bit closer up. Looks like I'm going to get out of focus, but you see what it is right there. I'm going to try to get us a little bit closer. There, you can see them a little bit better now. Two magazines. Here are the other two magazines. Two knives, one molded in black, the other in that sandy color, both painted silver, the actual blade part. We've got two, they appear to be weapons, two rifles that have grenade launchers attached to them. We also have these two weapons that have scopes. And we have a piece of sidearms. They're both identical, by the way. So now we're talking about the head sculpt here, and we'll get in close for this one. Here we have the full face mask, helmet covered up. Nice looking color on the lenses there. And this is good for you to, if you're army building, you could have some already be equipped like this to differentiate them from your other two or however many you get. And here's the trooper's helmet. You can see right there. And keep in mind that this and the gas mask head sculpt all came on the, we'll call it the trooper's pack. And here's the officer's helmet. You see it's got that insignia right dead center of the helmet itself, painted in silver, and doesn't have any of the design adorning it like the Trooper's helmet does. And here's another Trooper's helmet that came in on the, we'll call it the officer side, just in case you want to make both of your figures Troopers and probably, different designations of Troopers. Like I said, the sky's the limit. You can mix and match and do all kinds of things to create your own squad or army. And now it's time to go over the blast effects that we got with this set. And that's incredible considering how many effects, or rather how many accessories we've gone over already, and we're still going. We had a lot of accessories in terms of weapons and gear, and we have basically an equal amount for blast effects. We'll start with this. This is an effect most likely used for any of the hand weapons. And speaking of that, as I reach over and you see my hand in the screen there, we have a smoke effect for after a shot has been fired. And we have, I'm going to double up, a couple of more long-range round effects, probably for the rifles. And then we have, as I reach over again, we've got this. This is a very interesting one. This is a definitely an automatic weapon effect. As you can see, several rounds ending or beginning, if you will, with a fluorescent red, translucent red, I should say. And this is definitely meant for automatic fire. You've got this weapon right here, which is a double weapon. You can plug it in on one end and plug in another effect in that port that's there. And that's probably used for an automatic weapon as well. So you've got that. And then you've got this. This is like some sort of burst effect. And speaking of a burst effect, I couldn't even tell you what this is supposed to signify, but I'm glad I have it. I'll look it up to see what I can use it for, that's for sure. And then finally, we have this effect as well. And it's another type of a wide spray kind of effect. Pretty nice with the blast effects. And now for the main event, we have our two characters here, our two figures, our two Valkyries here. The Cobra Valkyrie Officer and the Cobra Valkyrie Trooper. You can see the Officer has got that sandy colored web gear adorning throughout her, and she even has some of that sandy color on her boots as well, as you can see right there, and on her on the insides of her forearms. As far as the Trooper's concerned, what's different about her is they both have the right bicep armband, but the Trooper has got black, of course, with silver paint, and the Officer's got the sandy color with silver paint as well. And then, of course, you see that the Officer has got the red Cobra logo, same with the Trooper. So all of that is the same. Other than that, they're essentially the same figure, just given enough differentiation to make them distinctive. I have both figures here displayed before you just to kick off this segment, but we're going to go through the articulation, and they're both the same, exactly the same. So I will only, of course, go through the articulation on one. So let's go eeny, meeny, miny, mo, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. You get removed, Trooper, and we will make the Officer center stage on the mic. So there we go. You see the web gear molded in that sandy color, and of course it's got the black highlights on the shoulders and on the buckle of the harness, and that's about it in terms of paint on the plastic adornments, web gear, holsters, and everything like that. As far as articulation goes, the head is on a dumbbell, so you're not going to get much in the way of it going up. Get it back there because we're trying to get out of focus. It goes down that much. She does have neck, so that helps a little bit. She's got butterfly joints, so that's cool. She can get her arm in that close, so that's cool. See the hand clap test. This is the closest she'll get them, but that's pretty good though. They're extended straight ahead, so that's great. She can rotate the shoulder. She can get the shoulder at a near 90-degree T-pose. She's got bicep swivel. She's got double jointed pinless elbows. Gotta love that. She's got the swiveling wrist and the vertical hinge on those wrists. Trigger finger hands on both hands, and vertical hinges on both wrists. As far as her torso is concerned, she's got a diaphragm that allows her to go forward almost nothing. She can go back also almost nothing, a little bit, but very negligible. She can go side to side, once again negligible, and she can rotate. She does have an inverted crunch to work in unison with the diaphragm, but you don't get too much that way either. And the same with going back. It's a little bit better, but nothing to write home about. She's got, in terms of her hips, she could do the splits very well. Very well. Give Van Damme a run for his money. She can get her leg up to nearly 90. She can go back that much. She does have the drop down, very minimal drop down, but she does have it there. She's got the swivel at the thigh. She's got double jointed pinless knees. She's got boot rotation, as you can see there. She can point her toe forward that far. Up that far. She does have ankle pivot, and of course holes, peg holes at the bottom of her feet. Here's our Valkyrie officer, and she is fully equipped. Let me show you some of the things you probably can't see on camera. Her, you see her, one of her side arms is on her thigh holster, and the other is back there. You see she's carrying her rifle, and she's got her knife sheathed, and she's banging in her magazine into the weapon she's carrying. And yeah, that's what you have there. So that's looking pretty good. What we'll do next is I'll show you how we got to this point with the trooper. Okay, here's our trooper, totally bare bones. So this is how we'll do it. We'll start with her knife, which goes in just like so. Nice tight fit. You get nothing going on there. The next thing we'll do is take one of her side weapons and put that in her belt holster. And I can tell you this, Hasbro definitely meant for these gals to be right-handed, because the way how this goes, it's might be on her left side, but you see how it's positioned in. The holster is positioned so that you have to reach across from your right side to draw it. So definitely a right-handed character. And then, of course, the other weapon goes into that side, the thigh holster right there. So that's taken care of that. Next up, we, of course, have the backpack. You have to line up the harness with the holes in the back there, and then you proceed to point that in. So now you have the backpack, and then I'm going to take the smaller of the two weapons and its magazine. So you can see the magazine, and you see the part that you have to insert, and I will do exactly that. And so that weapon, as you can see, as I move it to the side out of the way of the figure, you see how that goes down. And then you have two places with which to place it. I'm going to opt for her right side and just fit it into the trigger guard, and you see that it hangs nicely. And then I'm going to save putting in her carrying the rifle off camera, because that'll just be too much. What I will do on camera is put her helmet on, so you see what she looks like with the helmet on. Get it on a little bit straighter. She's out of uniform by just trying to be all nonchalant with hers. So yeah, that's what she looks like. Real quick, I want to show you installing the magazine into the rifle, like so. And here's our girl brandishing her weapon there. So once again, so you can see, you already saw me install everything, but I'll still let you see everything from all angles. And that right there is our Cobra Valkyrie trooper. And here she is with the gas mask on. Looking pretty nice there. See, look at her from the different angles so you can see what we got going on. Yep, pretty nice. So, obviously you're going to need at least 3 of these ladies. And here are both our figures, both our Valkyries. We've got the officer and the trooper. And something I didn't mention earlier, the head sculpts, the primary head sculpts that come out of packaging are of 2 different pigmentations. The trooper comes with a darker skinned head sculpt, and the officer comes with a, well, we'll call it what it is, a Caucasian head sculpt. Now here's a shot with 3 different variations there. You see I've got that 3rd figure there. Come on now. You know your boy. You know I was getting more than 1 pack. You had to know that. And I've got the gas mask version there with 1 of the blast effects. The multi-blast effects. Those of you that don't know about weapons, I can tell you this because I'm a Marine. When you do fire automatically, if you're holding it, trying to hold it straight out, this is the way how it would happen. It would start at one end, and with every round that leaves your chamber, your weapon is going to start to go up. Now, if you're sweeping, obviously you would turn it to the left or the right, but this is the proper way. If you do it the other way, got to tell you, you'd be doing it wrong, because that is not how weapons react when they are in automatic and firing. And here we have total representation for the Cobra Military Infantry Force. This is on and cracking there. As you can see, I've added to our far left. That would be the Cobra Infantry, and he's been augmented with aftermarket weapons and night vision. On our far right, we have the Cobra Trooper, the infamous Cobra Trooper. Anybody that's been down with Classified series from the beginning, you know what I'm talking about. This was a Target exclusive Mission Cobra Island figure, and it was living hell trying to get this. You'd be better off finding Cobra Island than you could finding one of these guys. And then to the right of the Valkyrie officer, we have the Cobra trooper or infantry or whatever officer. So there you have it. We've got two officers, and we've got all the iterations of the military force for Cobra. Cobra! I will tell you this. You know, I wasn't even, you know, checking for G.I. Joe classified. You know what I'm saying? And I can straight up tell you guys, you know, I've always been a Marvel Legends fan. I am a Marvel Legends comic, a Marvel comic reader, and was getting Marvel Legends religiously. I still get them religiously, but I can't lie to you. G.I. Joe Classified series has taken over, and they are my favorite line to collect. And looking at this gives you an idea why. So to round out this particular review and give my final thoughts on it, we're talking about the G.I. Joe Classified series Hasbro Pulse exclusive Cobra Valkyries 2-pack consisting of a trooper and an officer. And Valkyries, meaning they're the female division of the Cobra infantry. And very nice pack. You get two female figures. Their web gear is in different colors, molded black for the trooper or the officer, if that's what you want to do, and molded in a sandy brown color, tan color for the other one. Their loadout is incredible. You get blast effects. You get another head to make a third version of a figure. This is an army builder, but that right there will prompt you to get at least one more set. And I'm here for it. Like I said, the loadout is just great. It's got the articulation that we've come to expect from the Classified series. And yeah, it's just great. We have them, and then you combine them with the male versions, their male counterparts. You've got yourself a nice looking fighting force there, as you saw from the previous segment. This is a very, very nice 2-pack, and I highly recommend it. And I also recommend that you go down below and like the video. Like I said at the beginning, the likes are definitely crucial. I've got some, I don't have much viewership, but the views that I do have, if I get something like 300 views, which is nothing compared to a lot of these other YouTubers, I'll only get maybe 10 likes. That won't help push the algorithm forward, guys. When you come in, just like it off rip, and if you decide you don't like it, then uncheck it. How about that? You know what I'm saying? So you could do that. Or even if you dislike it, then just give me the thumbs down. I'll take whatever. I'm here to learn and grow. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you can be signaled when I have another video coming up. This is, once again, a dual channel video. It's going to be shown on my primary channel, The Ruckus, as well as GI reviews with The Ruckus. So yeah, go over there and do the same thing if you're not already over there. And like I said, like on your way in. If you end up not liking, then uncheck it. It's just like that. It's that simple. And yeah, since this is a dual channel review, I will not end it the way I normally do when it's just on The Ruckus. I will say thank you guys for rocking with me, and take care.